Hi guys, my name's Lewis Evans. I'm a UniConnect project officer with Higher Horizons, and I'm here today to talk a little bit about my time at university. So I studied history at the University of Liverpool from 2015 to 2018. I also did a master's afterwards, and I'm just going to talk about my time. I won't be just to be talking about history, so if that's not something you're interested in, I'm still going to talk about a lot of relevant stuff about university. So first of all, getting to university. So I chose A levels that I enjoyed and that were loosely related. They weren't a requirement for my course, but some courses ask for specific A levels. So if you're doing like a medicine, they might ask for some sciences, things like that. Doing history, they didn't ask for any specific requirements of A levels, but I chose politics and philosophy and ethics alongside them just because they gelled quite well with the humanities. They're quite similar subjects. So I received A, B, C, so A in history, B in politics, and C in philosophy and ethics. And I was offered a place at my first choice, which is the University of Liverpool. So when I initially got my grades, I didn't think I got into my first choice because they asked for A, B, B, but I did. So if you're slightly below what they asked for, don't worry about it. Of course, it's not going to be the same for everywhere that let you in, but a lot of the time, it's not as strict as you think it is. So how you apply for universities through UCAS. UCAS is the University and Colleges Admissions Service. It's the actual process of how you apply. So the process is quite long, but you do receive a lot of support from your college or sixth form. So I would say, get stuck in as soon as you can, really. As soon as you start year 13, don't wait till after Christmas or even later than that. Get stuck in before your workload piles up with your last year of A levels. So how the student finance system works, I would make sure you really understand this before you think about university. So it is true that university costs £9,250 a year, but you absolutely don't pay this up front. So you take what's called a student loan, and these are paid back when you start earning over £25,000. So just to show you a little bit about it, I'm not currently paying anything back, and I graduated 2 years ago now. So, and after 30 years, the slate's wiped clean. So I'm not going to explain it, in depth. But there's lots of resources out there. If you had any questions, go to higherhorizons.co.uk/ask. If you had any specific questions, and anyone of the team would be really look forward to helping you. So just make sure you understand the system. Really, it's a bit scary at first, paying all that money, but you don't really pay the money, and it's not sort of conventional debt with if you can't pay it back, the bank comes to your house knocking at your door asking for the money. It's not like that at all. So there's many types of accommodation at university. There's self-catered or catered. So if you're self-catered, you do your own food. If you're catered, they typically offer you breakfast and tea or dinner. And there's on-campus or off-campus, which is a bit more self-explanatory. So some universities are called campuses. It's like the sort of the centre, the hub of the university. You can live real close to the hub, so like you can just roll out of bed at 8:55 and get to your 9 a.m. lecture, or you can choose to live off campus if you want to. And you also don't have to live at university at all. You can still live at home. That's absolutely an option. Don't pay anywhere near as much as you would for accommodation, or if you get lucky, your parents might let you live there for free. That's an option as well. Or you have to choose a university accommodation at all. So a lot of private companies will offer flats for students. You don't have to go with university at all. And so Freshers Week, what's Freshers Week? So it starts a week before university does, and it's the time to go out and meet people. So this just doesn't involve drinking. I know you've heard a lot of things about students just drinking. If that's not your thing, then that's absolutely fine. It's not just drinking at all. So Freshers Week, there's also Freshers Fair, which is a separate thing, and that's when all the societies, which are the clubs at university, go out and advertise themselves, and you learn a little bit about them. You hopefully sign up to a few and try out new things. So it's like I say, it's a great opportunity to get stuck into a new sport or an old sport you've not played for a while, or other societies. And when you go to uni, everyone who goes to uni has at least one good story from Freshers Week. So if you're watching with parents that have been to uni or teachers, ask them and see if they'll share a story. Hopefully they will, they might not. But yeah, everyone who goes to uni has got a great story from Freshers Week. So first year. First year is the place to make friends, really. Settle in. So what's great about university is at the moment you'll probably have quite a not very diverse group of friends. You're from the same place, you all like the same things. But university, that totally widens up. So I know people from all around the country now, all sorts of different ethnicities, things like that. People you wouldn't really meet, you might not meet from where you're from. So I'm from the countryside, and I just had all white, working class friends. But it really opens up when you get to university, which is absolutely fantastic. So it's a time to learn to live without parents or carers. So it's things like cooking, cleaning, doing your washing, things like that. It's absolutely alright to make mistakes. So first year I nearly burnt the kitchen down by leaving a fork in the microwave. So I wouldn't do that at all if I were you. Um, so it's a good time to learn some basic skills in the summer before. See if your parents or carers spend a bit of time teaching you, basic. If you don't know already, making some basic meals, doing washing, things like that. It's a great time to learn these basic skills. So some universities will give you the option to take a minor subject as well, to learn a bit more different things. So I wanted to take politics, but that was full. So I took Irish studies because it was basically Irish history. I quite enjoyed it, but I chose to drop it after first year, which is absolutely an option, just because I wanted to do more history really. But it was a great thing to learn a bit more about Irish history, which I didn't really know much at all about before. So it's also time to get used to independent study. So it's really key to be self-disciplined. So for history, you have a few contact hours. So you need to, do a lot of reading in your own time. Figure out a time to do a bit of reading, so you don't fall behind. So first year generally doesn't count to your final grade, which you might be thinking, oh great, I can do very not much at all. But that's not true. You still need to pass, so you do need to work hard to get at least a pass. So with history anyway, you have typically no choice over modules. You study a wide range of history. So a few of my modules were religion, politics, and society, 800 to 1600, Europe 1870 to 1939, the background to the Troubles in Northern Ireland 1920 to 1970, and Britain in the Second World War. So as you can see, it's a really wide range of modules you can pick. So you've also got extracurricular activities and work. So there's sports at all levels at university. So for example, football, you might think, oh, if there's so many thousand people, I really like football, but there's so many thousands at uni, how am I going to get on the team? It's not quite the case. So there's dozens and dozens of football teams at university. So you'll have one within your subject, like history will have a football team. There'll be all sorts of different levels you can play at, so don't worry about going into sort of a big pond at all. So I played badminton, which something I liked at school, and I sort of stopped playing, but it was a great time to pick back up and learn. So there's lots of different societies out there as well. So, and you can also, if it doesn't exist, you can create it as well. So if you had an idea for society, you could create one, which is great. So also with university, with not having a lot of contact hours, you have a lot of time to work and earn money, and also fill out your CV, which is great for if you're obviously looking for employment afterwards. So my work as a student ambassador, which I did at university, helping people out on open days, things like that, helping freshers move in, actually helped me get my current job I'm in now. So it really is worthwhile doing a bit of work while you're at uni. I know it's very tempting to just lounge around all day. I know you'll get that temptation, but it is good to join societies, play some sports, work a little bit. So there's lots of other ways to enhance your CV and prepare yourself for your future career. So every university has a careers department who are there to help you find part-time employment and also make yourself more employable for life after university. So things like volunteering, becoming a leader in a society, treasurer, chairman, these different posts are really valued by employers. So it's a great time to not just knuckle down and do work, but also, brush up your CV. So second year, probably my favourite year at uni really. So it was generally the year to move out of halls and live with who you want and where you want. But also equally you don't have to move out at all. If you're living at home or want to go back home, that's fair enough. You can also stay in halls if you want. So some people move out for first year, make new friends, and then move back home in second and third year, save money. You can literally do whatever you want. So there's a less rigid program of study. So there's more choice to branch out into what you're interested in. So obviously history is absolutely enormous. You can choose to study almost whatever you like. So my modules included Chairman Mao and Communist China, France 1871 to 2015, and Eastern Europe 1918 to 1945. As you can see, they're all quite recent history, generally 20th century, a little bit of the late 19th century. So I chose all these modules, and it's much more enjoyable picking modules, doing modules that you picked. So also thanks to long holidays and my student loan, I did a lot of travel in the second year. So I went to Budapest, Amsterdam, and had a chilled out holiday in Spain with friends. So this picture there on the right is top of Buda Hill in Budapest. So it's a good time to just branch out and do different things. So final year is the year to mostly put the fun part of uni aside and knuckle down, unfortunately. So third year counts as 70% of your final grade, so you really have to put the work in to get the degree that you came for. So final year is also the dissertation year. So dissertation is a very long essay based on the subject of your choosing. So you have to put a question, quite a unique question, and try and answer that question, and it's totally up to you to do that. So mine was about Nazi Germany, and I sort of critiqued a book that had been really well respected for about 50 years and turned things on its head, ask difficult questions. And it's really, really fun, to be honest, when you come away with it thinking, you're an expert in this field. It's really, really great. So you have a lot of time with tutors. So you just have to schedule these appointments yourself, someone who will be like a real expert in whatever you've chosen. That's great. But you've got self-discipline. Hopefully, you've learnt in first year will be really beneficial in final year. So yeah, a very light timetable. It's almost completely independent study with lots of guidance from tutors that you need to seek out yourself. So finally, you're done. Graduation. So graduation's a day to dress up and celebrate with your friends and family. You've finally done it. You've finished your 3 years or however long you've done, and you have a little celebration. To be honest, I find the ceremony quite boring, very long, and it was a very hot day. But the day of the whole is brilliant. You go out with a meal with your family, have a few drinks with your friends. It's absolutely fantastic day. So qualifications are the key to success, and they open more doors for you. This really is true. So the more qualifications you have, the better, really. So having a degree, you may think, well, everyone's got a degree, but that puts you on equal footing with other people rather than being behind. So there's a thing called academic inflation, and that means that if everyone's got a degree, you need a degree as well to keep up with everyone. So it's a really good thing to do university, because you get the degree and get the extra qualification. So on average, graduates earn £10,000 more per year than non-graduates. So if you're thinking about the money side of it, it's not guaranteed that you're going to earn more, but that is the case on average. And you can also still access some university services such as the careers service after you graduate, which can help you with CVs, looking for jobs, cover letters, everything like that. So I hope you enjoyed today's presentation. So if you had any questions, for me specifically, you can go to highhorizons.co.uk/ask. You can find me on that page and chat to me, ask me a few questions about my time at uni, or if you didn't want to talk to me, or you can pick anyone to speak to on the website there. So that's highhorizons.co.uk/ask. And I want to thank you for downloading this resource, and we could ask you to please fill out a quick survey if that's possible. So the link should be provided with the resource. So thanks very much.